What's good, everybody? Welcome to a Reezy Resells broadcast. Today, I'm going to be talking about social media hacks and growth strategies, specifically Instagram, how I got 20,000 followers on Instagram. Now, if you're not interested in growing your social media account, please do not watch this broadcast because it's not going to be something that you're interested in. What's up, Brian? How you doing? Reezy Bueller about to go hard. So guys, if you are interested in growing your Instagram account, which you should be, because Instagram is the hottest platform and the most undervalued attention-wise, specifically the stories on Instagram are very undervalued, but Instagram itself is quite undervalued. Can I get a couple comments about stream quality and audio quality since I'm at the airport on my laptop using AirPods, not my normal habitat? But I would appreciate some comments about quality of the stream. And I'm just going to run through this article that I wrote the other day at a softball field that I published to my website and just let you guys know what it do and how you guys can do it too. Hold on a second and let me get this chat to a usable level. Let me see if we got anybody coming into the broadcast. Please smash the like button if you're just watching. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, I would appreciate it because I drop knowledge all day, every day. Sideways, upways, Wonka ways. Anyways, let's get into it, guys. Video, okay, sounds like I'm in a fishbowl. Well, I guess that's all you get, guys. I'm trying my best. It should be, let me check real quick on the stream quality to make sure that it's connected to the AirPods. Yeah, it is. It should be decent. I'm trying my best, guys. Anyways, here we go. So basically 17 months ago, I started doing social media after I found out about Gary Vee, and he kicked me in the pants and opened my eyes into the possibility of social media. And it just turns out I was made for social media because I love talking and I'm not good at paying attention. And I'm the worst. I interrupt more than anybody on the planet, which also makes so I can't listen. But in text and social media, you have unread messages, notifications, all this stuff. It's great. I'm great for me. Anyway, so here we go, guys. The first thing that you need to know about growing an Instagram account is you want to have a good name. You want to have something it stands out. It's easy to remember. Don't have something like Caribou Coffee 352413. No one will be able to remember that in passing. You want to have a name that's unique and easy to remember, like Crazy Cereal Candy or something like that. Something that would be easy. You could just say it and it's memorable and people would remember it. If you can also make it an alliteration or rhyming, that's even better. If you can do all of that and include a word or two that explains what you do or what your channel is about, that's even better. The next thing you want to do is you need to get your Instagram bio on deck. You need to get a nice bio that says, you know, exactly what it's supposed to say about yours. Go look at my bio and see how it is. The way that I prefer to have bios is to have one emoji or character on the left side and then a line. So each line has an emoji on the left side, and it's real clean like that, because if you don't know, your Instagram bio is going to display differently on different devices with different size screens. So if you format it a certain way that looks good on your screen, like a lot of people like to center them with these spaces and stuff, it's not going to look good on, it's not going to look the same on everyone else's screen. It will look good on your screen, but smaller phones, bigger phones, computers, it's going to look different. But if you hard set it to the left on each line, it'll look exactly like that on every screen and every device that you use, which is how I like it. It's easy. One line means something, the next line means something, put a little emoji, boom. The way that you line it up, you don't write your Instagram bio in Instagram. You need to write it in a notepad, because Instagram will not save your carriage returns. But if you write it in notepad, either in your iPhone or Android, whatever, and then paste it into Instagram, it will retain your formatting. So that's step one. Step two is you need to link your Instagram page with a Facebook page so that you can have a business Instagram account. That's going to help you have analytics, be able to run ads, and also have these little contact buttons on the bottom, email me, phone number, etc. Third step is you want to have your website or some link out of Instagram that you can drive traffic to, where you want your audience to go to when they find you. Inevitably, when people find you, they're going to want something to click on. People love to click on stuff. Give them something to click on. Signing up for Linktree, it's free. Check out my bio on Instagram if you don't know what it is, but it's pretty much the best thing since sliced bread as far as Instagram goes, because Instagram is highly undervalued. Like I mentioned in the beginning, one link on Instagram, that's not enough links. You need a lot of links. I had one day where I got over 500 clicks on my links in my link tree in one day. Wouldn't have had a link tree, I can guarantee you that wouldn't have been as many clicks, because a lot of those clicks are from people that are going into my link tree and checking out every single thing that's on there. So I can't stress Linktree enough. Shout out to the dude Nehemiah Davis at Neo Davis O, who turned me on to Linktree. So if any of you guys are out there using Linktree because of me, either after this video or before, that's the man that you got to thank, because he turned me on to Linktree, and that's a major key. So now, before you start trying to find followers and mass followers, engage with people, all that good stuff, provide value, you got to post some pictures to your account. Imagine this, you're doing your job, you're getting people's attention, and when they go, who is Serial Candy Skater? And they go look at your account and you have no pictures, no profile picture, they're not going to follow you, right? So make sure you have a good profile picture, and don't use a logo, use a human's face. Humans are programmed to recognize and identify with faces. That's why you see faces in the clouds, faces in the mountains. It's what we were made to do. So get a nice picture of you smiling, preferably close enough to see the white of your eyes. Don't ask me why, but it's psychological. I've studied it. If you could have a blue background in this picture, that's even better. Psychologically, blue is the best background for to get engagement from people with. Anyway, so like a picture of you up against the sky or something, showing your eyes, best thing, right? You can change it later when you have a following, but when people don't know who you are, this is going to allow them to trust you, to engage with you. Eyes, okay, guys? Imagine you walk into a store and they have a logo behind the counter instead of a human. You think they're going to make a lot of sales? No. It's all about the eyes, okay? So after you get your profile picture on lock, you need to post 9 to 18 pictures on your Instagram wall. Good pictures with good value. Just get them up there and get them going, okay? Because you don't want to miss out on converting attention to followers, because when the attention that you got from someone, when they went to see who you were, they didn't have any pictures there. So they were like, ew, this is weird, this is creepy. I'm not going to follow that dude. So get yourself 9 to 18 pictures up. Now let's talk about hashtags, okay? When you post a picture on Instagram, you're allowed to have 30 hashtags, 30 or 30, however this is going to display, 30 hashtags. What hashtags do you use? Where do you get them? So there's a couple ways, maybe a few ways you could get hashtags that I recommend. There's a website called Tags for Likes, where you can go there and you can put one keyword in and it will suggest to you blocks of hashtags. Now, some of those are going to be good hashtags for you to use, but a lot of them are just going to be really popular hashtags that probably don't pertain to your niche, and I don't recommend you using all of them, but there is some good ones you can pull out of there. The other way that you know what hashtags to use is by examining other Instagram marketers or influencers in your area and seeing what hashtags they use and just copying them. Just straight jack them. Jack those hashtags and bring them over to your side of the fence. Also, you're going to want to have you're going to want to at least have one hashtag, like your username as a hashtag, and your own hashtag that represents your brand, like your personal brand hashtags, or if you're a store, your store's hashtag, whatever. So for me, it's going to be hashtag Reezy Resells, hashtag Follow the Hustle. I might even put hashtag if you ain't flipping, you slipping, whatever. One or two hashtags that pertain. One's your name, one's your personal brand or your store name, whatever, okay? You need that. And then get all your hashtags together and type them out into a notepad app in your phone. So the way that you're going to do this, now this is a little tricky. There's an art to it. You're going to put period, carriage return, period, carriage return, period. You're going to do it 5 times. Period, carriage return, 5 times. So you have 5 periods, and then the last one is a carriage return. After you do the 5th carriage return, that's where you do all your hashtags. Put a space between each hashtag. Save that block into your notes. Then you should have 2, 3, 4, as many as you can deal with, at least 3 different blocks of 30 hashtags. So there's different hashtags in each block. Some of the same, but a lot of different ones in each block. The reason why is because Instagram penalizes you. The algorithm penalizes how often it shows your posts if you use the same 30 hashtags all the time. So you want to mix it up and make sure you get those saved into your notes so that you can copy and paste them later. Why do the period, character turn, period, character turn? The reason you do that is so that you can overload Instagram comment section. So another tip, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, but I'm freestyling, so it's going to happen. What you're going to do is you don't put the hashtags in your photo caption. That's where you write the stuff when you're going to post. You get your post ready. You write your post. Then before you press share, you go over into your notes and copy your hashtag block. Then you press share. As soon as it posts, you get in the first comment and paste all your hashtags. Now, this is the reason why you do the 5 dots with the carriage return, because it overloads the comment section. So when people are scrolling through the feed, instead of seeing the comment with all the hashtags, which looks super spammy, they will just see open bracket, dot, 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 close bracket. And that's a beautiful thing because it overloads the comment section. Now, obviously, if they go into the comment section of a photo, they will see all the hashtags. But by that time, you're engaging with them, or they're at least engaging with your content. They weren't just scrolling the feed and you weren't spamming their feed up with a bunch of hashtags, which is very important if you have a low amount of followers and you just started. If people are following you, you don't want to spam them, okay? So the next thing is, let me think about it for a second. You got your hashtags, you got your pictures. Okay, let's talk about providing value, right? What are you going to post? You want to make posts that provide value to your audience, stuff that they're going to appreciate, stuff that will either give them enjoyment or knowledge or inform them, stuff that will, there's a reason why they want to follow you, right? You're giving them something that they want. So give your audience something that they want and that gives them a reason to pay attention to you. Make sure you're using all the hashtags that you should. Let me see. Give me a second. I'm going through here. So another thing is you want to use hashtags that are specific, not just specific to your niche, but say there's like something going on in your niche, like a contest or whatever, or like for me, the 2017 Flip Challenge. Use those hashtags that other people in your niche are using currently, like the flavor of the month hashtags. And here's another tip. You don't have to use 30. Maybe you just want to put 25 or 27. And then when you post that block of hashtags, add 3 to 5 more hashtags that are particularly relevant to the picture that you're at. And also use location on every single picture, because that's a way that people can discover you, is location. It's all about discovery and how you can get people's attention. So for example, I'm at the Denver airport right now. If I posted, I might use the Denver airport. If you didn't think that specific location of where you were at pertains to, to the post that you're making, maybe you could put something funny. Like sometimes I'll put in the streets, because there's like a restaurant somewhere named In the Streets. And so I'll just be like, yeah, we out here, we in the streets, either way. Another thing is tagging people. So you want to get people's attention, right? And so you want to get average people's attention, medium level accounts attention, and high level attention. So however you can, you want to get people's attention. If you can get into their live streams, get into their live stream. Go into every live stream that pops up on your phone that's in your niche and make a couple comments. Listen for a little bit, make a couple comments, and then bounce out. If you're lucky, they might say, oh, hey, Reezy's in the chat. And maybe there's some people on that live that don't know who Reezy is, and then they'll go and follow you, right? So it's just growing a social media account is really simple. It's how can you get people's attention, and then how can you convert that attention to a follower to residual attention, right? So let's see. If you want to grow your Instagram account, it's hard work. It doesn't happen overnight. There is some automated services, and I did use some of those in the beginning for helping with liking photos or following. but I never use the auto comments because it's super duper spammy. The one I used to use is Instagress, and that's no longer around. And my account is built up a little bit, so I'm not in touch with the ones that are currently working, but I'm sure there is some that are working that you guys can get into it. So what you want to do is when you're growing your account, you want to like 100 posts a day minimum. I mean, as many as you can afford your time to do, like 100 posts a day of people that follow you at first, just so they can feel like they're getting interaction. But most of the posts that you should be liking are ones that don't follow you, because you want to get attention of people that don't know you're existing. And of course, hopefully you're doing your job with your bio and your content is actually valuable, that people will convert to followers. So you want to like 100 photos a day. You want to make 100 comments a day. Don't make spammy comments, make relevant comments. You want to go through and like other people's comments on people that on other posts. I got ahead of myself again, but you want to follow a lot of people at first. You should have your Instagram account maxed out with the amount of followers that you follow. Whatever it is, 6,000 or 8,000 followers. Do you know, Alyssa? Do you know the max followers on Instagram? How many people you can follow? No. All right. These kids, they don't know nothing. 6,000 or 8,000, something like that, maybe 12,000. Either way, you want to follow a bazillion people. And then if you max it out, you're going to unfollow some people and then follow more people. So who do you want to follow? You want to follow people in your niche. How do you find them? So for me, in the resale world, I went in Instagram search and I looked for the word FBA. I followed every person that had the word FBA in their name. Then Amazon. I followed everybody that had the word Amazon in their name. Then eBay. I followed everybody that had the word eBay in their name. Then resell, reseller, selling, thrift, thrifting, flipping, whatever. All of those words that are in your niche, people are going to use them in their name. Find those people that have them in their name and follow all of them. Then what you want to do is find some big accounts in your niche and steal their followers. So you're going to go into who do they follow? Follow all those people. Who follows them? Follow all those people. That's how you're going to amass following. When you follow people, if you're doing your job, this is what happens. They go, Super Candyman followed me. Who the hell is Super Candyman? They go look at your profile, and it's just chilling. It's super awesome, Super Candyman, and they like it, so then they're going to follow you back. So once again, get attention. If you're doing your job, it will turn into residual attention. Okay, guys? And there's only so many ways that you can get people's attention. Like getting attention is pretty much means anything you can do that will give someone else a notification on their phone, right? So if you like a comment, other comments, not comments on your pictures, you should like those too, but comments on other people's posts in your niche. Like the comments. First off, follow people, like comments, comment on their stuff. Let's see. Replying to their story. This is huge. Not only do you want to put a lot of content in your story, like 10 clips a day minimum, 10 clips a day minimum. I'm not joking. It's very easy to do. You want to reply to people's story. People love to see in their notifications, so-and-so replied to your story. It's probably like, it makes people have like dopamine in their brain that someone replied to their story. And I guarantee those are the notifications that people are looking at first over comments on feed posts is replies to story. Because you know why? Because it's like a more of an intimate connection. You watched their story, you sat there, you listened to it, and then you replied with an intelligent comment that required two hands. Anything that takes one hand, double tap a like, whatever, it's not as valuable as a actual comment, because a comment that actually makes logical sense proves it wasn't automated and that you actually watched and appreciated their content, right? And now if you can make a comment, you can identify with them. Oh, I hate it when that happens, blah, blah, blah. Oh, my kid does that too, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Those are really great. So following people, liking their posts, liking their comments, commenting on their posts, replying to their story, tagging people. Now, this one is kind of spammy, and I don't recommend you tagging people in your posts. Obviously, it's going to be bigger accounts than yours that you're reaching to grow relationships with, but it's super duper spammy if you tag people a lot. So just do it very sparingly, and only do it if it's relevant and you believe it's truly valuable to that person that you tagged, okay? So, big one, don't bug people, right? People hate to be bugged. The other thing is make yourself available, okay? If you get a DM from someone, answer it as fast as possible, because if you don't answer it, someone else will. If you're trying to grow your account in a certain niche, whether it's, I can't decide which way to say that word. If you're trying to grow your account in a certain niche, say like bodybuilding, and then you're Mike Viconti, however you say his name, and you don't answer that message about protein grams or whatever for working out, someone else will, and then they're gonna gain that person's loyalty and appreciation, and you lost the attention of a potential follower or customer or whatever else, a friend, whatever you're trying to do. So answer your DMs, because if you don't, someone else will. All right, guys? And it's not that crazy. You can go live on Instagram and answer your DMs on Instagram, and then provide content, valuable content that way. So you can take the privateness of a DM out of your message and then use it to answer someone. Or sometimes I screenshot my DMs and then I white out people's names, and besides replying to the DM, I'll screenshot the DM and then I'll put it in my story, and I'll show the answer for everybody in my story. That way I'm doing content on content. I'm relating to that person. I'm giving them my attention on demand. I'm getting customer loyalty, follower loyalty, whatever you want to call it. And then I'm also putting it on my story and providing content for everybody, okay? And I'm reducing my workload. The other thing is, like, what do you make posts about? Let your questions be your content. So when someone asks you a question, chances are they're not the only person that has that question, right? That's actually it's probably nearly impossible that they're the only person that has that question. So let your followers help you generate content. Questions are content. You got it, guys? Questions are content. Don't overthink it. Let's see. And the one thing is, when someone asks you a question, whether it's stupid or not, and you answer it on demand, you gain a follower for life. There's nothing greater than the loyalty you get from helping someone out on demand when they ask you a question. So here's another one that's really big, guys, and it kind of drives me crazy. I see a lot of you guys just getting into the social media game, and you're also fresh sellers. You just started. And I know Gary Vee says document your journey, and that's cool and everything, because you have a journey to do this or to do that, and it might take you 5 or 10 years to get there. And then, yeah, sure, you finally do get there, and then, like, that's an amazing story, and you have it documented. But that's extremely hard to do and to amass followers, because why should people pay attention to you? You just started. It's literally just a story. That's it. And if they happen to like you, they'll pay attention to your story and follow your journey. But you know what's even better than telling the story of your journey? Building a social media presence around what you know and what you have experience of. I'm talking 5,000 hours of experience or more. If you have that kind of experience in any category, you're an expert, and people want to hear what you have to say. So build a network around your knowledge. People will form around you like Voltron to hear what you have to say and to soak up the game, and that will make it much easier for you. Sorry, my kid's going to the restroom. That'll make it much easier for you to gain followers, because people appreciate your experience, your knowledge. It's verifiable in some way with either sales numbers or track records, or you're a trader and you can show your trade history for 5 years, or you're a bodybuilder and you have won awards or whatever. Build a network around your knowledge. I'm telling you, it'll be 10 times easier to build a personal brand or amass a social media following around something you already know. So it's cool that you guys are, now you're selling or whatever, and you want to do social media around that. That's cool. But I just want you guys to know that that might be extremely hard and harder than something else that you actually know about, that you have 5,000 hours of experience in, that would be very easy, much easier, 10 times easier for you to build a social media presence around, because you're already an authority on that, especially if there's not a lot of people out there that are authorities in that field. Okay, guys? Let's see if there's anything else. There's a few more things. So if you want to, long form comments work really well on Instagram. It gets a lot of attention. Now, the reason is because when you're scrolling through the feed and you see someone's picture, If they wrote 20 paragraphs like I just did on this baseball, this San Francisco Giants baseball that I found, 1958 team signed ball. So it will take up their whole stream. So instead of going through and seeing a picture, they're going through the stream real fast. You got to understand how people go through the feed and how you go through the feed or whatever. It's the same thing. You, other people, it's pretty much the same. But just be observant of how people do it. Watch them over their shoulder. You'll see they just go through it really fast. Picture, 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 picture. Whoa, long block before a picture. What was that? So they scroll down. Reese had a message right there. So then they read it. And if you're good at copywriting and you write a good message, you can draw them in to engage with you on that post. So if you want to do it how a lot of people do it, where there's like a text block and then there's an emoji or a space or a hyphen and another text block, so it's not all run together, because that's messy and sloppy. And the human eye likes white space, which means that like a paragraph with a space and like paragraph with a space is much less aggressive than like jamming through their throat a large block of text or whatever. Again, you got to write those in your notepad. So you got to formulate your post in your notepad, then go into Instagram, copy it from your notepad, grab your picture, paste it, post it, copy your hashtags, then put those in there. And that's another one. Another thing that's really, really big that a lot of people miss out on, and I see Instagram accounts with 10,000 and even more followers than me, more than 20,000, that forget this, is that you need to pay attention to how your wall looks, not just your post. How does your wall look? Are all your pictures fully visible from the wall? Or do you post rectangular images on Instagram? You press the expand button so it'll show the whole rectangular image, and then you post that to Instagram. That's cool. Instagram lets you post full rectangular images to Instagram or whatever. And you like that because people can see the whole picture when they click on it. But guess what? A lot of people just discover you. They're just finding out about you, and they go to your feed. You got their attention somehow with one of your hashtags or one of your methods that I described earlier. You got their attention. So they come to your feed, and before they decide to follow you, they're going to scroll through your feed and they're going to look at it. They're going to see, what's this guy all about? Now, if you post rectangular images, say they're thumbnails for your YouTube videos, and they have titles on them or whatever, what happens is in the feed, all people can see is the square, right? They only see the square. So go look at your feed right now. And if you've posted rectangular images, look at it. It looks super sloppy. People cannot read what the message is on the post. If you're posting quote cards and they're rectangular and you post it on Instagram, people will not be able to see it in the wall format. So pay attention to not only how your posts look in the feed, but on your wall, okay? And so there's one trick that I use to get around this is I use an app called Square Ready, SQUAREADY. It's free. And you take your rectangular images into there, you press the button that has the two arrows going that way, and it frames your image in a white frame. So now your image is square, but your rectangular image is in the middle of it. This is very, very important, because when you post that on Instagram, people can still see the whole picture, but also on your wall, they can see the whole picture. This is very, very important. Also, it puts white space in your wall, which relaxes the human eye and lets them look at your pictures for more. If you've never done this, go look at your feed. It is just straight jammed with photos and there's no space. Go look at my feed and you'll see some white space. It's relaxing for the eye. Your eye will peruse the wall better. Go look at Gary Vee's Instagram. He not only does this with his pictures, he does it with his videos. And again, guys, everything I know about Instagram, it didn't come because I read a book or because I got tips or whatever. It comes from just being in the game, watching other people and seeing what they do, okay? And copying them. Not exactly how they do it, but the methods in which they do it as it applies to how you're going to do it. This is very, very important. Square Ready also has a video app, Square Ready Video. So you can do the same thing with your video. That way people can see the whole video. That way you're not jamming up your feed, etc. Guys. One last final tip I'm going to give for Instagram before I go into the questions, if there happens to be any questions, is please use the Apple Clips app. It's free if you have an iPhone. If you don't have an iPhone, sorry, not sorry. But the Apple Clips app allows you to automatically generate subtitles for things that you post. So if you're going to just film a clip of you talking and it's your face, don't just do it on Instagram or in video and post it to Instagram. Film it with the Apple Clips app. That way it generates subtitles for you when you're talking. Now, they're not perfect. They're pretty damn near close, but you can tap on them and you can edit the text to make them perfect. And this is a major key, guys. Subtitles increase engagement in your views because a lot of people, they're at work, they're at a concert, they're somewhere where they can't turn the volume on to listen to you. Maybe they're deaf, right? I have 3 or 4 followers that are deaf. And so I know they appreciate that greatly. So Apple Clips to put titles on your posts that you're gonna then put to Instagram or anywhere else on social media. Basically, if you're filming a quick rant clip or whatever, get those subtitles up so that people can actually see it. Because if they can't turn the music on, why would they like they can't turn the sound on, why would they like your post? They're just going through and here's Reezy talking again and you can't hear what I'm talking about because I didn't have subtitles, okay? Now you could edit subtitles with a video app and blah, 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 but it takes too long, okay? And if you're like me, you're a one-man show, you got to get everything done as fast as possible. The littlest amount of resistance from the time you have an idea until the time you can post that idea, that's how you got to rock it. You're going to drive yourself crazy overthinking and overworking on stuff. All right, guys? So that's pretty much all that I have to say about how to grow an account on Instagram. And if you do those things that I said, you should be able to grow your account pretty fast, faster than I grew mine because I didn't know these things. I learned them organically over time. Now, let me see if there's any questions from you guys. Hold on. Let me bring up the questions. Is there any questions? Shout out to Olga. Shout out to L. Cole. Working and absorbing this. Oh, dang, you guys got a lot of comments. Hold on. Shout out to Liz Kellogg. Shout out to, of course, Brian the Oakbrook Picker. He gave me the nickname Reezy Bueller. Shout out to Apex Designs. He says, if you ain't flipping, you slipping. You know it, son. Ken Williams says, great tip. I never heard of Linktree. Go get it. It's amazing. Ken Williams says, oh, yeah, everyone's saying nice tips, but they're not liking the video. Yeah, guys, please, please smash the like button or do whatever you're going to do. Punch the like button, tickle the like button, bang the like button. Just hit the like button, all right? Have I tried to sell on Instagram yet? No, I'm not into that. That's not what I'm trying to do on Instagram. But all those tips that I just gave you will definitely help you sell on Instagram. Shout out to Hustle Herbst. I still don't know how to say your name properly. Let's see. Apparently 7,500 is the maximum Instagram following, according to Reseller Niche Podcast. Thank you. Olga says, thanks for helping me learn about Instagram. You're welcome, Olga. El Cole says, working and absorbing this. Awesome. I like your pink hair too, if that is you in your profile picture. Tony Ames says, Reezy, thanks for all the knowledge you throw. I learned who Gary Vee is through you. New to the game, old to the hustle. Hell yeah, Tony. Every time I can like teach someone about Gary Vee, that's very exciting to me. That's pretty much full circle because I know Gary Vee has an insane amount of knowledge and motivation to give to people. And I'm glad I could give that back to him. Let's see. That's an amazing tip, Reezy. I was just trying to figure out a way to get those rectangular images on my wall. What if what you have in experience for 5 years has nothing to do with what you want your Instagram to be about? Look for a way to still connect both. Yeah, you should. Also, I kind of forgot to put this tip in there, and this reminded me, but throw in some regular life stuff here and there on your Instagram because people identify with emotions. So I can tell you from my engagement rate that it's not my informational posts or my informational videos that get the most views. It's the one that has my family in them, that has the information, to show the realness of the human that you are. The more you show your face, the more people can feel like they trust you. That's another tip that I forgot to put in there is show your face. Post selfies a lot, like a lot. And not on the wall so much. Definitely on the wall, like once a week, you probably want to post a selfie so that people can see that on your wall with a quick scroll. They can see who you are. You know, within one scroll, they'll see who you are. That's very important because people identify with people that look like them, and that's going to be your base market. On the stories is an opportunity to show your face a lot. You can't fake a story clip. You have to record it yourself. Your VA can't post it. You have to record it, usually holding your phone X amount of distance from your face. And not only can people see your face, but they can hear your voice. So that's another element that helps them attach to you. But going back to your question, what if you have experience, your 5 years of experience, isn't what you want your Instagram to be about? you might be doing the wrong thing in your Instagram, or you got to figure out how to apply it. If what you're trying to do is sell stuff or grow your eBay store presence using Instagram, then you got to figure out how to use that experience you have to drive it. But if you want to build a personal brand using social media, you got to do it around the stuff that you know about. That's what's going to bring people and attract them to you. So maybe you should try and figure out how to use those 5 years of experience to help you. Like if people ask you questions in real life, that's probably something you could make a video about. And if they ask you a lot of questions in the same niche, maybe that's what your thing is, right? Let's see. Ken Williams, what do you use to unfollow non-followers? I used to love Crowdfire till they switched up and cut down the unfollow count per hour and began charging you for every last feature. If it saves you time, guys, you should pay for it. That's the main tip that I have. But just manually, do they follow you? Nope, unfollow. It's hard work, guys, but you got to do it. Let's see. Marvin the Magi says, new to IG. Thanks, Reezy. Liz Kellogg says, what about giveaways to grow your account? Yeah, giveaways are great. You can give stuff away, but just be aware that, I probably should have said that in the beginning or put that in my article. Giveaways are great, but just be aware that the people that follow you for giveaways, those are not valuable followers. Those are mostly shill accounts. People will go and make 5 to 10 Instagram accounts to follow you to get in your giveaway, So you're doing a giveaway. These people are going to go make 10, 20, 30 Instagram accounts because they got nothing else better to do and they just want free shit. And then they're going to go and follow you. And so, yeah, you have 30 follower accounts that no one's ever going to do anything on. So giveaways are cool, but just be aware that it's not the greatest thing. What's better than a giveaway? A shout out. If you can provide value to someone who's in your niche that has a larger following than you and gain their respect and admiration, and they can return the favor by giving you a shout out, that's huge. That will gain you a lot of followers overnight. Like imagine if one of you guys did me a huge favor and I added you to, and I shouted you out on my wall or my story, you're going to get a lot of followers. When my buddy Ernson at Tech of All Trade, see, he just got another shout out. When he went with me to New York for a week, I think he gained like a few hundred followers just in a week, just from being in my story and from me tagging him so much. So shout out to those girls sitting behind me. Yeah, the stewardess. Let's see. Reezy, I'm new to the game. Should I get an iPhone for the social media game? Yes, you should, because Android sucks. Android is the worst thing ever. This is the only type of people I ever hear saying Android is good. Tech people, they're like, look at all these things my phone can do. And I'm like, sweet. Do you need to do that stuff? Because I'm working on my phone. Everything I need to do on my phone works. It works quick. It works easy. It's streamlined. It's linked up with my watch and my laptop and my iPad and everything in my house. So yeah, it just works great. Android is cool. You get more options, but I'm on the crowd of more options, more problems. So cool, your phone can do that. Do you need to do that, or do you just like to brag about all the crap your phone can do? I don't. I hate Android. Hand me your iPhone to take a picture of you. Boom, I'm taking a picture. Hand me your Android phone to take a picture. I'm like, oh, what is this thing? It's just not good. When you take a picture on an Android phone, it takes like 2 seconds before the picture hits the screen and shows it. It's terrible. It's a terrible user experience, and I wouldn't recommend it. The reason iPhone is so good is because they control the hardware and the software, and they have a lot of smart people designing it, and they're the only ones they let make it. So trust me. I mean, Android is all right. If you're going to get an Android, get the Google phone, okay? Get the Google phone because Google makes the iOS, okay? Get the Google phone. Let's see. Lots of value in the live sesh. Flight bays. Yeah, let's see. Hold on to shout out to the flight bays. Anyways, guys, that's about it. I have to get back to editing my YouTube video from VidCon, but please smash the like button if you appreciate this broadcast. If you have any more questions about how to grow your Instagram account, please put them down below. If you want me to make more videos about this, let me know. If you have any questions or suggestions for videos that I should make, just put that in the comments and I will put them on the list of videos to make. I should be home late tonight, and I will be doing Money Talks tomorrow, which I do every Mondays at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So hopefully I'll see a bunch of you guys on the Money Talks show tomorrow. And when I make the post on Instagram, please put some comments on there so that I'll have something to talk about on the live show, because I just freestyle everything. So thank you for tuning in, guys. Please smash the like button. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And I want you to know I really, really value your attention and your time. I know there's a million things you could be doing. You could be watching Casey Neistat or Logan Paul or listening to Tim Ferriss podcast or any one of a billion things that Gary Vee posted. So I appreciate you for valuing my content and tuning in. And hit me up on Instagram if you guys need anything. I got you. Peace out. Wait. What do I always say? This has been a Reezy Resells broadcast. And if you ain't flipping, you slipping.